Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy. And I'm Lacey G.
And today we are breaking down Haunted. And I think whenever we think about certain Taylor Swift songs, we think about certain people. And of course, we think about Anna when we think about Haunted.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because you're obsessed with this song. When it comes to Taylor Swift songs, where does this rank in your top two?
Oh, it's up. It's up there. It's always up there. It's really hard. I feel like when somebody asks you like, "What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?" That's a loaded question.
It is,
because her discography is so like large, and I always feel like you can't. I struggle with picking favorites because I feel like you can have, your favorite song that you can listen to on repeat over and over. Your favorite song that is just really special to you. Your favorite song that makes you headbang every single time you hear it. That's Haunted for me. I don't know. Yeah, it's up there. I absolutely love this song.
Okay, so Haunted versus Enchanted. You chose to walk down the aisle to Enchanted. Does that bump it up for you?
I can't walk down
Haunted, but I do have to tell you, Anna, my caption for your wedding that I posted of me and my husband, I used the hidden message as as my caption, and I don't know why I chose Haunted as my. If you know, you know. I have no idea why. Is that not weird?
What's the hidden message? Or what's the hidden?
Still to this day.
Still to this day.
Because I still love him to this day. We're still together. It was just like a reflection. We're at a wedding. We're thinking about our wedding. We're still together to this day.
Wait, that is so cute, though. I love that. That for my wedding, you used the Haunted hidden message as your Instagram. There's levels to that, Amy. That's impressive. That is impressive.
Well, I just was like, is she going to pick up on it? I don't know.
I love this song. There's something about it that just makes me feel some kind of way. Like, I don't even really know how to explain why it's like one of my favorites. It's just, I love how loud it is, how dramatic it is. It's like, you're like headbanging, and I adore this song.
I would like to point out that my question was not stupid just because you cannot walk down the aisle to Haunted.
Well, sung by Taylor Swift. They both end in ED. I can see how it could
just
work.
Because you couldn't walk down the aisle, that's specifically why I was asking you if now Enchanted has surpassed Haunted for you.
Okay. No, it hasn't.
Gosh.
To answer your question, Haunted is still above Enchanted in my.
It was a dumb question. Moving on. Let's go.
I apologize. I was assuming that that's where you were going.
It wasn't a dumb question.
It's fine.
Could you imagine locking eyes with Ryan?
Haunted!
Oh, goodness.
Gosh, this song, it really just makes me feel some kind of way. And I kept predicting it as a surprise song during our predictions game over and over and over. And I'm pretty sure that like the night that she actually performed it, I got so many messages from our listeners. My phone blew up in a way that has never happened before. And it made me feel so loved that in real time, Taylor Swift playing the song Haunted made other people think of me. Like, I felt more love the day that Taylor Swift played Haunted than I did the day I got engaged. No, I'm just kidding.
But for real.
But like from like, whatever. Anyway, I'm just saying my phone blew up and I felt so loved, and it was so awesome and so special, and I love it so much. Ah! Do you guys love it?
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love that it kind of gives me a Reputation vibe. Like she's dipping her toe in that angry, dark vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me sad about Taylor's version, Speak Now, is that we didn't get Haunted acoustic Taylor's version.
Sorry.
But it's okay.
We have a guitar here if you'd like to perform your own version.
Hand it over. No, I can't play. No, don't actually. I don't know how to play the guitar. Okay.
Amy does.
Hold on.
Well,
Nick, can you also get me...
It's been a minute.
Can you also get me a pool nearby so I can jump in after this?
We do have a canal, Anna.
Okay, ready? You and I. Thank you.
All right, that bit's over. Thanks. Good job. Good job, Anna. Oh, she just shoves the guitar under the table. Oh, there you go. I don't know what to do with it.
Well, the passion
Yes.
that you have for this song is just, it's contagious.
It is. It's great. It's,
Thank you.
it's-
Has it made you change your
Yes.
opinion on the song?
Yes. For me, it has.
How long did that take? Was it the first time I guess it was a
think
surprise
it's,
song?
You know, what are we? Is this our second or third year that we're working on for our podcast? But is significantly increased every.
Fearless.
Yeah.
We're like 2.5 years
Two
at
and
this
a half
point.
Okay.
years in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just significantly increased because it's just it never wavers. You're like die hard.
Thank you.
So yeah, I feed off of it.
Thank you.
What changed it for me, Anna, not you, even though I do love you to death, it was watching it live for the Speak Now World Tour.
Oh yeah.
Seeing that performance is just amazing. Smacking the bell. Is it a bell? It's a bell.
Yes.
Yeah. Smacking the bell.
So before we get into the lyrics, what is Taylor singing about in Haunted?
There's a couple theories.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're accurate. I don't know if we
No?
want to go
What's
with.
your theory?
Well, I saw that there's a Twilight theory.
Which is a fun theory.
It is a fun theory that she was dating Taylor Lautner at the time, and she wanted her song to be on New Moon. So she wrote this song, and it's about the love triangle that Bella, Edward, and oh my gosh, what's
Jacob.
Taylor's? Thank you, Jacob's characters have, which I don't think is true. It's a fun theory, and then there's also a Star Wars theory.
Oh, I
that
didn't
it's
see that
about. Yes, Taylor Swift is a Star Wars fan. Did you know this?
Is this
No.
for real?
This is for real. She dressed up as Chewbacca on Star Wars Day, May 4th. May the 4th be with you.
Hold on.
It's pretty
I
good.
can't do it. I do a good one
it's
when
not
I'm around my kids. Now the pressure's on. Can't do it.
But the story does line up pretty well with Anakin Padme's story. So,
Oh. So
If
with
you go-
Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I love to think that it's true, but I really don't.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that she writes a song inspired by like fictional characters.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm just not feeling it 100%.
I just Google image Taylor Swift Star Wars, and there's some people that have photoshopped things that say "Revenge of the Swift." And that's just really funny.
I like that. That's great. Well, do you want to hear what Taylor said about the song?
Yes.
She said, "Haunted is about the moment that you realize the person you're in love with is drifting and fading fast, and you don't know what to do, but in that period of time, in the phase of love, when it's fading out, time moves so slowly. Everything hinges on what the last text message said, and you're realizing that he's kind of falling out of love. That's a really heartbreaking and tragic thing to go through, because the whole time you're trying to tell yourself it's not happening. I went through this, and I ended up waking up in the middle of the night writing the song about it." So she was hinting at Midnight's way back when. But yeah, it's interesting because like Amy was saying, with there being so many different theories, even though I absolutely adore the song to my core, when I listen to it, I truly have no idea who it is that she's singing about or what inspired it. I feel like there's multiple, like she's never confirmed it, and that goes for a lot of songs, but with other songs you feel like, you know, you can make an educated guess about it. With this one, I feel like I've always enjoyed it myself so personally that I haven't attached it to like one of Taylor's exes or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Someone on Reddit said she said it was someone who ghosted her, so we might not ever know for sure, but this person thought the most likely candidate is Joe Jonas. Said it reminds them of Forever and Always, but she had to rush to get that song on Fearless at the last minute, so maybe she wrote this around the same time and put it on Speak Now.
Looks like Taylor dressed up as Chewbacca in 2008. Sorry, I was Googling.
Yes.
That whole time y'all were talking.
I'm telling you, it's
She's-
true.
Her and Abigail dressed up as Chewbacca.
Yeah.
I might have to go as Chewbacca. So then I can, for Halloween, then I can cross off like a Star Wars thing, and it's like a subtle Taylor Swift reference. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I the only one? I'm not the only one who's never seen Star Wars, right?
I didn't see him until the last 5 years, maybe 6 years.
Anna, have you?
I have.
Oh, I figured you hadn't.
Why?
Amy, you have?
Yes.
I don't know, because I figured I wasn't alone on this, and I thought if anybody, it would be you.
Why?
But
because
I'm not,
all the
I don't
sand.
know.
Anna hates movies with sand
That's
in
true.
them.
I don't like
There
movies
is a
with,
lot of sand.
I don't like movies with sand. No, one time actually when I was in high school, I had to do like a research, like an extensive research paper on like a fictional character. And a lot of my friends were picking characters from books and stuff, but I didn't want to read. So I picked Anakin Skywalker so I could just watch the Star Wars movies and then write a paper about it.
Okay.
Also, my dad and my brothers are huge Star Wars fans.
Okay.
So
I've never seen those movies.
That's okay. I'm not going to hate on you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's some movies where you're like, what do you mean you haven't seen it? That's fine. If you're not into space stuff, you don't need
it's
Star
almost
Wars.
as extensive as the Taylor Swift cinematic universe.
True.
Almost. But yeah, I was also reading into, what other fans think of when they think of this song. And then I saw someone post on Reddit saying that they had a vague memory of Taylor saying at one point that the song and the feeling about it is more than just one person, that it kind of, was inspired by like a combination of different situations that she'd been in the past. So it's not like zeroed down on one specific person, but multiple kind of in the same way. I couldn't find exactly when Taylor had said that, but I don't know. I kind of believe it.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Do you ever find that just as you're trying to fall asleep, your brain suddenly won't stop talking? Do your thoughts start racing right at bed? It turns out one great way to make those racing thoughts go away is to talk them through, and that's why we like to recommend our friends at BetterHelp. Therapy gives you a place to do just that, so you can get out of your negative thought cycles and find some mental and emotional peace with BetterHelp. I know when things are uncertain, or maybe I just need to be better about my boundaries, or I'm just questioning why things are the way that they are at this moment. That's whenever I like to turn to my friends at BetterHelp and ask my counselor's thoughts on these things.
And we talked a lot about our feelings in this episode, but sometimes it's really hard to kind of describe how it is that you are feeling. But talking to a licensed therapist can help you get there. So you just start talking about what it is that you are going through, and it doesn't have to be super traumatic. It's nothing huge. Sometimes talking to a therapist just about the smallest things in life can help you handle those bigger moments in life.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Get a break from your thoughts with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Taylor Swift fan today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Taylor Swift fan. Shall we dive into some lyrics? Taylor sings, "You and I walk a fragile line."
Well, first it starts with dun, dun, dun,
Excuse me.
dun, 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 dun.
How do you spell that?
Uh,
D-U-N, D-U-N, D-U-N.
yeah.
And
You
the
and-
bells.
You and I walk a fragile line. I have known it all this time, but I never thought I'd live to see it break.
Ooh, it's just like, it's like sad and dark and angry all at the same time.
So there's already a lot of tension here in this relationship that she's speaking about. There's a lot of tension, but she thought it would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually she never thought it would end, but it did. It's getting dark and it's all too quiet. And I can't trust anything now. And it's coming over you like it's a big mistake.
Whoa, I'm holding my breath. Whoa, lose you again. You just have to perform this song.
So she's definitely singing about being kind of hurt, kind of caught off guard about this relationship that has ended. She says, I can't trust anything now.
Is it refusal of believing that it's actually happening, or that it's that I don't know. Is it that or something else?
Yeah, I mean, she said it's like when you're in love, but it's drifting and it's fading fast, right? She says, like when everything is just hanging on that like last text message that like you said, like she said, like a fragile line, right? Like it's over and you know it's over, but you don't want it to be over.
Yeah.
And to lose your trust, that's something that Taylor has dealt with. And I've noticed myself dealing with trust issues that I didn't realize that I had. Once you lose somebody's trust, then it's just kind of hard to come back from it. And you don't want to be skeptical of people and things, but it could be something unconscious that you don't realize you're doing, that you don't trust somebody until you find yourself in this like negative thought pattern.
And if it's true what you saw on Reddit, Anna, if this song is a compilation of relationships back to back to back that she's writing about, then it's more than one time. It's just like over and over again. You're beat up, and it's like I can't trust anyone because everyone treats me the same way.
Yeah, and it causes trust issues.
Yeah. It makes me think of kind of like, what is it? Like in Blank Space, it's like, it's either all going to go up in flames or never mind.
Whenever Taylor's singing in this and it's coming over you like it's all a big mistake, is she saying the other person in this relationship thinks the relationship was a big mistake? Like, we just split up and now he thinks it was all a big mistake. It's coming over him like, why was I even in this relationship? It was all a big mistake. Is that what she's saying?
Maybe.
Like the other person is now doubting the whole relationship, wishing it hadn't happened?
Yeah.
And then she says, oh, I'm holding my breath, won't lose you again. Something made your eyes go cold.
Ugh.
I wonder what
rough.
that was.
Right.
That moment when you look at somebody and you're like, I don't even know who you are.
And it's also just like a lot of confusion, right? And it's like, do you want to be with me or do you not? Do I want to be with you or do I not? I don't know. Like that back and forth.
And it sucks because she can't figure out what went wrong. She can't figure out what made that person's eyes go cold.
Yeah.
She's holding her breath. What's happening? What's going on? Come on, don't leave me like this. I thought I had you figured out. Something's gone terribly wrong. You're all I wanted. Come on, don't leave me like this. I thought I had you figured out. Can't breathe whenever you're gone. Can't turn back now. I'm haunted.
It's just that like desperation, right? Like don't leave me like this. Like you're like it's just like why are you doing this?
And she's screaming out when she's singing this.
Right.
So what all is she haunted by? Is she haunted by mistakes she's made? Is she haunted by not knowing what actually went wrong? Is she haunted by thinking this is the last great love of her life? Haunted by all of those things?
I kind of think all the above.
By a relationship that could have been great but turned bad. Haunted by knowing how great this could have been had you have not messed it up.
Yeah. Because like she says in the song, Lacey, I never thought I would see this. Even though it was a fragile, there was a lot of tension. I never thought I'd see this happen.
It could have been something great because you're all that I wanted and I had you figured out, but now come to find out you're just one big mistake and your cold eyes. I don't know your cold eyes. I don't know your heart. I don't know you after all.
But then also the confusion of like, but simultaneously I can't breathe when you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Stood there and watched you walk away from everything we had, but I still mean every word I said to you. He will try to take away my pain, and he just might make me smile. But the whole time, I'm wishing he was you instead. So she found someone new.
Yeah, this is
She
a
moved
third
on.
person.
Yeah, she's moved on.
Introducing.
But she's still, person one still has like a hook in her. She still has these feelings for this person.
It's Jacob.
You think so? It's giving
It's gonna be
werewolf
solid
vibes.
on that. Zoning in on that Twilight theory.
Hey, I've never seen Twilight.
Really?
Also,
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know if that really appealed to me when I was 20 years old when that was coming out. That just wasn't
True.
really my
I read
lane.
the books. I read the books and
I think I did too.
I read the books because they were so popular. They were good, don't get me wrong, but I more read them so I didn't miss out on the hype that everybody else was experiencing. I wasn't a big fan of the books, though. I really wasn't. Or I watched the movies because I had to after reading the books, but
I don't think I read the last book. Like, I think I read the first few, but then I don't think I ever read the last one. And I know I've seen the movies, but like once.
the one series I could not put down at its prime, Hunger Games. Whenever everybody
yeah.
was reading Hunger Games, I was on a road trip and I was reading in the car the whole time, and I finished one of my books, and I can't remember which one. 2 or 3 or 4, I don't know. But it was like at this mega good moment, and I had to stop and go buy the next book because I still had several hours left on the road. I wasn't driving, by the way. I was a
I hope so.
passenger on this road trip. But yeah, Hunger Games had me in.
Yeah.
And she got her song in that movie.
Yeah, also
She
part
did.
of the Taylor Swift cinematic universe.
Yeah, very true.
During that whole time, I was super into 50 Shades of Grey. That's what I was
Whatever.
really into. That was my book.
Yeah, you
I'm
read the, you read the books
gullible.
and
I
then
thought
watched
you
the
were being
movies.
serious. Are you being serious?
Watch the movies.
No.
I made the movies.
Did you read them?
No.
No, I didn't read the movies.
Oh, okay, I didn't either.
I don't want to read about my own life.
Wasn't 50 Shades of Grey
It's a fan fiction of Twilight.
Fiction.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my Easter egg.
You didn't know that?
What?
Yeah, the lady that E.L. James,
Uh-huh.
she was a big Twilight fan, and she wrote this fan fiction, and she just changed the names, but it's
For
somehow
real?
Yeah.
based on Twilight.
Yeah.
No
Or at least
idea.
its start was based
Yeah.
on Twilight.
Okay.
And you know what? Now there's a movie coming out like in the next few months that was also based on a fan fiction about Harry Styles.
Is it about Harry and Louis Tomlinson?
No, I'm not. No, I'm
The
unfamiliar.
Larrys?
I'm
Because
unfamiliar
there's a lot of fan
with
fiction about them.
There is. No, I'm unfamiliar with the actual source material of the movie, but it's like about a girl who falls in love with like a musician playing at a music festival.
Oh.
It's starring Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
Interesting.
And the movie script was based on a Harry Styles fan fiction because I saw it floating around Twitter and people were like, if you're wondering why this sounds like fan fiction, it's because it is. And it reminded me of 50 Shades of Grey.
So, bringing it back to Haunted.
The Idea of You. It's called The Idea of You.
Wait, you know what else is funny? Speaking of the Taylor Swift cinematic universe, she also had a song in 50 Shades of Grey.
Hey, she sure did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, she's got her hands in everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Who would have thought?
Oh,
Eventually,
and whenever she performed "I Don't Want to Live Forever"
I don't wanna live. And we all were like,
song on the Eras tour,
and all
So
of us were like,
fun.
wait, this was an
That didn't
option?
know.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was on the table?
Yeah, so in this
her performance gave me new love for that song.
Yeah.
I started listening to that song again. It was
Agreed.
never really on my playlist.
I agree.
in this Harry Styles fan fiction movie, Anne Hathaway falls in love with a singer, 24-year-old Hayes Campbell, loosely based on Styles. He's the lead singer of the hottest boy band on the planet, August Moon.
What a
Her weekend trip turns into a whirlwind, life-changing romance. There you go.
They should have called it like Two Direction.
So is fan fiction just like smut? Is it all sex?
No.
I don't think it has to be.
Okay.
I think a lot of it goes that way.
I think
Okay.
I think like stereotypically,
Okay.
but not all of it. No. And
So-
13 a Taylor Swift fan fiction. Who's going to write it?
What if we like do it like popcorn?
Well, we can't write about ourselves. It has to be fans. It has to be our fans. That write.
Oh.
It has to be the lobsters out there. They have to write it. Sorry, that's.
I would like
is
to
that
request
our,
any fan fiction about us not be sexy, since I just asked that question. No smut fan fiction.
Oh man, it's gonna be the most boring fan fiction ever.
The lobsters. So Haunted.
Yeah, so the lyric video, Taylor's version for Haunted, is straight out of Forks, Washington. I have to tell you. It's the forest.
Is that a Twilight
it's
reference?
lightning. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we were still on the
No,
Twilight.
I'm totally messing with y'all. No,
Oh.
but it did mean it though.
Wait, what?
I'm totally messing with y'all, but for real.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
We should take a trip to Forks and pack our base bags.
Thank you, Amy. This episode is sponsored by Base. We've all been there before. You know how it is at the airport, trying to fit everything in that we think that we need for a trip, only to end up with a suitcase that's bursting at the seams. Then you have to go weigh it and you have to take stuff out. Oh, what a mess. Well, you don't have to worry about that with Base. With Base, there is room for absolutely everything. I love how they have all the separate compartments so you can pack everything that you need for your trip in your weekender bag and have lots of room and organization.
Yeah, we got my wife the cream color weekender bag, and she loves it. She takes it everywhere, not even just for trips. We've got a bunch of kids. You can just throw a whole bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And it's insanely cute.
Yeah.
Like I feel airport chic whenever I have one. I have the beige one as well, the cream colored one, and I'm obsessed with it. And guys, guess where I'm taking my base bag?
Forks, Washington.
Yes, but before that, Nashville.
Oh.
I'm taking a trip to Nashville, and my base bag is stacked to the rim with Taylor Swift stuff.
Are you going to the Bluebird Cafe?
Sure am.
Perfect.
Right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/Taylor Swift fan. Go to basetravel.com, Taylor Swift fan for 15% off your first purchase. That's BEIS travel.com/Taylor Swift fan.
That's BEIS travel.com/Taylor Swift fan. Base, BEIS.
All right, so tell me if this is where we left off. Taylor sings, stood there and watched you walk away from everything we had, but I still mean every word I said to you. Did I already read that?
I think
Yeah, because we talked about the
did.
third person
Mm,
wishing he was you instead.
yeah. But I still mean every word I said to you. He will try to take away my pain, and he just might make me smile, but the whole time I'm wishing he was you instead.
Instead.
Oh, holding my breath. I won't see you again. Something keeps me holding on to nothing.
Lacey's version. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I just love this song so much.
Come on, don't leave me this way. I thought I had you figured out. Something's gone terribly wrong. You're all I
Wanted.
Come on, don't leave me this way. I thought I had you figured out. Can't breathe whenever you're gone. Can't turn back now. I'm
Haunted!
I know.
I know. I know.
I just know you're not gone. You can't be gone.
No!
Man, she's still really holding on to person number one in this story.
Yeah.
No matter what else comes into her life, there's still that one that got away.
Well, she's haunted. My goodness. It's just, I can't sit still when this song comes on. I just can't.
You got to rock out.
It is unbelievable that I haven't gone into a car accident when this song comes on. Because I just
Don't jinx
on
yourself.
wood. Yeah.
knock on wood. I'm just saying I black out. I perform. Really knock on wood for sure.
Ma'am,
But
what happened?
okay, one time this actually did happen in real life. I'm not even joking. I was going down the highway and I was pulled over because I was going a little bit faster than I should have been. And the police officer pulls me over and he goes, "Ma'am, why were you speeding?" And I couldn't lie. And I just straight up, I was like, I was performing the Jonas Brothers. And he was like, "I wish you wouldn't have told me that." And I was like, "Okay." And then it was just the truth. It was the truth. I couldn't lie. I was just belting out the Jonas Brothers and I didn't notice how fast I was going, whatever. Anyway, then I went to go to the court to, pay my speeding ticket. It was a whole thing. I had to go in front of the judge and say that I was speeding because I was listening to my music too loud, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, walked outside of the courthouse and then I got another ticket for a parking ticket.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
rough.
And that's why we hate Joe Jonas.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
How much is Sophie Turner listening to Mr. Perfectly Fine right now?
It's a great question.
On repeat, you think?
I would.
It's not a bop.
Yeah, it's a good one. So Taylor continues singing, "Come on, don't leave me like this. I thought I had you figured out. Something's gone terribly wrong. Won't finish what you started.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, don't leave. Come on, don't leave me like this. I thought I had you figured out. Can't breathe whenever you're gone. Can't go back. I'm haunted. Oh, 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 oh." And then she sings again, "You and I walk a fragile line.
A classic Taylor Swift loop around.
Mm-hmm.
I have known it all this time. Never ever thought I'd see it break. Never thought I'd see it."
Never thought I'd see it. I really do. I do that.
You cut the music off yourself with your
Yeah.
hand?
Yeah. Ugh. Man, I am so horribly jealous of the people I got to see this live. And right before Taylor performed it as a surprise song, she said, "This is one of my favorite songs." And I'm like, Taylor, then why don't you perform it more?
I mean, she certainly could perform it. She's
Add it to the
going to
set
be
list.
performing again in Mexico soon, and she'll be performing several other legs. So she will sing this again on tour.
Yeah, I need her to add it to the set list. If there's one song you could have Taylor add to the Eras Tour set list, what would it be? For me,
Boy.
it would be Haunted.
Out of all of her songs,
Yeah.
one song?
Top of mind. That's not already on the set list.
Cornelia Street.
Ooh.
Amy.
Well, Invisible String was on there the first
little bit,
weekend,
yeah.
and then it went away. I'd like to see that come back.
Lacey?
I'm going to say Almost Do.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a
Yeah.
good one.
That's just top of mind right now. I would say Almost Do.
I mean, safe and sound. What was I thinking? But it's not an era song.
Because it
Where would
used to
it
be,
go?
that's just the first song that came to mind. Because it used to be, it would have been Long Live, but now she added that. But Nick, do you think she's keeping the same set list now? Or now that she's been on a break, is she coming back and going to have interchange some songs? Is she going to stay the same with the acoustic?
I think one group of thinking would be, at least in her camp, hey, we want to take this show so that everyone can see it all around the world. The whole world is seeing the same show. But it's such a long tour. And I've said this a few times, like the entire show is on social media for all 3 hours and 15 minutes every single night she performs. So by the end of the tour, those people will have seen this show in its entirety. So I just have to imagine as she's releasing more of her own Taylor's versions, albums, that she's going to be adding, like, after she releases Debut, is she just not going to perform any of those songs in concert? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like she's going to have to change up the tour a little bit, even if it's just for her own sanity. I don't think she's going to completely change the stage, but she can certainly change the songs and change a little bit of choreography. She's still going to leave in the big songs, Shake It Off and Bad Blood. She's going to leave in Don't Blame Me. Like, she's going to leave in a lot of the big songs, but maybe she'll take some away. I don't know. She'll take some away from Lover.
Think about it
Debut.
like, as a Swiftie, as a fan, if the roles were reversed, if the U.S. was at the end of the tour, if we hadn't attended the Eras tour yet, would you want her to change it? Or would you want to see the show that everybody's been raving about?
It's a great question.
Which is a great question. We are lucky enough to have a lot of international listeners, and I would love to get some input
That's a
on
great,
that.
yeah,
So
let
if
us
you're
know.
listening to this and you haven't seen the Eras tour live in person because she hasn't been to your country yet, let us know.
And we'll get the message to Taylor.
And we will send a DM. No, but just out of curiosity, like I am, I'm genuinely curious as to
what you want.
What you want, because we can sit here and think hypothetically all we want, but the truth is we did already get to experience the tour as we know it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Hey, Anna, can we hear from some of our listeners what they think about this song?
Yes. As we go through the Speak Now album, we've been posting on our Instagram at the 13 Podcast, asking y'all, the listeners, the lobsters, as Nick liked to say, for memories, reactions, misheard lyrics, anything that has to do with the song, so that we can share on the podcast. So let's see what some of y'all said about the song Haunted. Marilyn Zartman said, my favorite memory of Haunted is Anna. That's so cute.
Aww.
Gabbyson124 is one of the luckiest people ever. She said, the Eras Tour Detroit Night 1 was my first ever Taylor concert after being a fan since the debut era. I've always loved Haunted, and it was one of my surprise song wish list songs. And she played it at Detroit and said it was one of her favorites too, and my heart skipped a beat. Hearing it live was so special. Plus, knowing Taylor and I have at least one of the same favorite songs makes me feel all the feels.
Aww.
Very cute. Liz Marie Hardy said, I died dead when I found out she sang Haunted in Detroit for her surprise song. We were on vacation, so I couldn't watch the live stream that night. And while we were out walking around downtown Asheville, I stopped to check Setlist FM site to see what she played. And I literally squealed out loud right there and then on the sidewalk and made my husband listen to it on the street because it was such a good song and I needed him to understand why I was so upset to miss it. People passed by as they were snickering, but I had to share. Izzy618 said, my favorite memory of Haunted is when we got a somewhat music video when she did a live performance of it at the Horror House from Psycho at Universal City with all of the candles. It was very haunting, if I do say so myself.
The what house?
Horror House from Psycho.
Horror.
The Horror House from Psycho.
Horror?
Did I say that wrong?
Is there an OR at the end there?
Horror
Horror. Okay.
House.
Sounds like you're saying whore to me. Whorehouse.
Horror House. Horror.
Which is fine because Lacey said our so many times. It's our. It's our.
Wow.
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 Call me out on something and call Amy out on something.
Please call me out.
Certified
Wow. Be careful because we're going to reach the song Hours pretty soon.
Which Lacey loves.
I would love to say that Amy, this is the second time Amy has fired shots at me, shots fired.
Really? I don't
me.
remember before. I have a really bad memory though.
Because I asked Anna if she liked this song more than she liked Enchanted.
Yeah.
We
I
are,
did.
We were just like on something.
I'm
this
haunted
episode.
with bad thoughts. I'm sorry.
Nick, your haircut looks dumb.
Why
Thank
did it
you.
look so good?
I know it does. He always looks good. I just felt like he wanted somebody to say something bad. I didn't want him to feel left out.
Didn't hurt my feelings.
There's just so many cute text comments on here from people. Someone else, Ranking Gang, Taylor's version, also said, I think of Anna every time my playlist stumbles upon Haunted. That's just so cute. But that's pretty
Yeah, that's what I thought of when he said that name. Ringing Gang?
Oh, yeah.
Ringing Gang? All right, well, that does it for this interesting episode of
We were kind of all over the place.
I blame me.
Why?
Don't-
I just want to say R.
Don't blame me.
Don't blame me.
Love me crazy. I blame Nick. I don't know why.
Sure, you can blame me. That's fine. I'll take it. Okay. All right, so that does it for this episode of 13 of Taylor Swift Fan Podcast. Thanks for joining us. If you have something you'd like to say, hit us up. Our DMs are always open. Our email is there for you. All the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. Join us next time when we break down Last Kiss. Right? Okay.
I'm Anna. Just kidding.
I had to jump back to my microphone.
For some reason, the episodes that when you're not here, at the end of the episode, Lacey feels the need to just like sign off and be like, "Thanks for listening. I'm Lacey."
We need a good sign off.
We're like, why do we do that?
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.